What is up, Earth Peeps and Moon Peeps? I am just a simple new type. And in this episode, we're returning to the correct century timeline as we continue our coverage of Turn A Gundam. Last time, Kihel as Dianna gave a speech to the people of Earth and the Moon race. Lauren helped an old woman who refused to leave her land as the war waged on. We learn that she is related to the baker that Keith just so happened to be helping out. She and her donkey eventually fled to safety. This time, Gavin will propose to Sochi. Dianna does hard labor for the first time in her life, and the red team moves into action. So let's get into this. Lauren and the gang are in the gallop. They've attached a balloon and it gets the attention of a messenger pigeon. The message informs them that Militia is recovering from her injuries and that the Dianna counter is moving on the ship at Kingsley. Hey, excuse me, can you stop spinning the camera, please? Here, I'll fix it. There, nice and smooth. This isn't an action shot. Sochi wonders if they should just attack the Soleil preemptively, but they suggest she think it over. She yells at them, saying she will never forget about her father's death. Jacob and Bruno sneak on board the Gallop and pretend to be friends of the captain and offers free labor. They are attempting to steal the Gundam once again. They run into Lauren and pretend to be friends with Horace and tells a different lie. These lies are eventually going to conflict in a comedic fashion, aren't they? Kihel, pretending to be Dianna, discusses battle tactics with her men. The militia are planning on fighting even after her speech. After Korn's destruction and the attempted assassination during her speech, it is clear that Agrippa Maintainer is piloting something against the Queen. They wonder if they are trying to create more hate for Queen Dianna to give Agrippa more power back on the moon. The Gallop heads to the hospital camp. They visit Miache, who is fine. This guy, however, Dianna, sees the repercussions of war with her own eyes. Gwen and Lily make their way to the camp. They show Gwen the spaceship they have been working on. Lauren wants to talk about armaments, but they hold off talks for now. Lily tells Kihel, hey, you're one of those working class types. Why don't you, go work? She suggests that she helps out at the hospital. Lily is talking down to her, but Dianna, who lives the life of a queen, says, that's a great idea. I always wanted to do poor people work. Spoiler alert, she isn't very helpful. Lily goes behind her back and tries to get the nurses to make her work harder. She goes to clean a giant saw. I wonder what that's going to be used for. The doctor and some nurses come bursting in with a badly injured man. They are going to need to amputate the leg. Oh, the saw's for body parts. I hope he has something to bite down on. Dianna passes out. Later, she is ordered to clean a trailer full of soiled linens. Lauren doesn't like that the queen is doing labor, but she is supposed to be Kihel and doesn't want to sully her name. Like that one guy who sullied those sheets. Gross. He gets into the Gundam and tries to help her. He grabs all the sheets and uses his hands as a washing machine. I think he also just invented the washing machine. Good job. They throw some soap in the mix, and you as the viewer are assaulted with 90s CGI bubbles. Kihel orders Harry to find Dianna. Phil Ackman is planning an attack in the area, and she wants to ensure her safety. Lauren uses the exhaust on the Gundam to dry the sheets. Moonrace guards enter a household to find that it has been abandoned. More and more, the Moonrace people are fleeing to live with the Earth race. Phil talks to Mir and Rex about people fleeing. Mirren is disgusted by the food rations and suggests that nothing beats fresh bread. It's not outright stated, but Keith and the bakery actually play a big role in the war. Phil plans on using more force. Harry doesn't want to leave Dianna alone, but he must go forth and get Kihel. The fake one. She is Kihel. Ugh, this is confusing. He is hesitant about leaving her side, but he obeys her orders. Sochi shakes a tree to get all the chestnuts. Lauren really wants some marron glacé, which are candied chestnuts originating from southern France and Italy. Harry heads out in his sumo towards the village, rocking a sweet sweater vest. He sneaks in and begins helping out Sid. Horace tells Harry that if they get the ship up and running, the people of the moon race who want to go back to the moon can be able to do so. The entire ship is covered in nanoskin, just like the Turn A Gundam. They aren't sure exactly when it was built, but they know Turn A is newer than the ship. Poe is going out on a mission for Phil. As the Gundam is going through tests, Harry notices Kihel. She goes to talk to her. Lauren notices the Queen wandering off with Harry. He is upset that he wasn't informed of her decision to do a Freaky Friday. Lauren checks up on her, thinking she is in trouble. He informs them that the moon race intends on attacking the area soon. Poe begins her attack. Harry says that they are early. Sochi and Kapuls defend the camps. I like this conversation between Lauren and Harry, where Harry says, what about Laura? He says, what is cross-dressing, just a hobby to you? Lauren says, it's not a hobby, it's my duty. This is their Oscar moment. God bless cross-dressing Lauren. He gets into the Gundam. Jacob and Bruno fight Poe, but they are no match for the upgraded Wodom. The Wodom's beam blast tears through the mountain. Lauren chases after her. The eye field in the Gundam shield is activated. It is able to tank the Wodom's beam blast. Harry gets into his sumo. He steps in the middle of Poe and Lauren, and he tells her not to attack. She fires her beam at Harry, and he tanks the attack with his hand. But his whole body is being attacked. Nope, I guess it's just the hand. Kapuls and Borjarnans come to assist. Poe begins crying like she does every time she loses. In earlier episodes, the Gundam's beam rifle was destroyed after firing a few rounds. Horace was able to fix it. Lauren points the beam saber at Poe, but Harry says he will take responsibility and allows them to retreat. Now that their location is found, they have to get the ship moving soon. They decide to name the ship the Wilgem, after Will Game, the man who discovered it. The gang is heading through a small town where Teteth happens to be residing. She gets word of Lauren and she looks at an old doll. This is where we get a flashback of our first brief glimpse of the moon. She talks to Meme Midgard, who is a confidant of Agrippa Maintainer. The two are plotting something. Also in the city is Keith and the bakery team, who hasn't seen Lauren in some time. Gavin Goonie proposes to Sochi, and she runs away and doesn't answer. Also, Gavin is played by Hochu Otsuka, who plays Yazan in Zeta and Alexi in Seed Freedom, and my favorite, Jiraiya in Naruto. Diana notices that Meme Midgard used to be a member of the Dianna counter. Keith is trying to build another bakery, but the people of Ameria are marking up prices 300% as he supplies the moon race as well. He will find other methods to sell his bread. Also in the city is Korin Nander. Teteth tries to get him to help out with their plan, but he is too carefree at the moment. I guess it's time for good old Teteth to become a tramp once again. Back to the old ways, I guess. She seduces one of the bakers near the Gallop. Fran Dahl notices the flat and checks it out. She notices that this is the same flat that her, Keith, and Lauren came to Earth on. She talks to Joseph, who figures out she is a moonrace relatively quickly. He now pilots the flat. The man that Teteth gave a handy behind the Gallop tricks Lauren into helping him with the Gundam when Teteth points a gun at him. She tells him of the moonrace legend of the Gundam that oppressed the people of space. Teteth makes fun of his toy fish, not realizing the irony of carrying around an old toy doll. Teteth steals the Gundam. Jacob and Bruno pilot the Gallop and try to ram the Mustache Gundam. Meanwhile, Korin seems to think of Turn A Gundam as some sort of god now. Lauren gets into the cockpit of the Gundam and wrestles with Teteth. They fall out of the mobile suit and Lauren does a sweet shoulder throw. However, at that same moment, Meme Midgard shoots her for failing her mission and talking too much about the Gundam. He shoots her right in the head during a shoulder throw. That's a good shot. Meme pretends that there's a sniper in the area. The gang mourns the loss of Teteth. Muran and Cancer Kafka dance in the name of the moon before heading out and fighting with the Suicide Squad. Harry talks to Mir and Rex in regards to finding peace amongst the chaos. This is because there's no one unifying forces in Ameria, just a bunch of small militias. They wonder if Gwen Reinford is dead. Phil is forcing Cancer Kafka and the Red Team to handle maintenance of their own machines. Since they have been on Earth longer, they can survive better than others. Remember, Cancer Kafka and her team are all descendants of the Moonrace, who were left on the moon centuries ago. The Gallop meets with the Suicide Squad. The Dianna counter hasn't attacked Iglesia yet. They've only taken parts of Louisiana for their food supply. Gavin recognizes the need for militias to unify. Rumors are spreading fast about Gavin proposing to Sochi. Meanwhile, Kihel notices that Harry is more distant lately. She wonders if he knows who she truly is. Kihel goes back to the hospital to help out when she runs into a flat heading in the same direction. The flat has a mustache on it. Cancer and her men attack the camp. One of the Red Team members drop kicks this poor guy. Kihel heads back to inform Lauren, who is currently being jealous about Sochi, who decided to accept Gavin's offer. Lauren goes to help out the hospital. Kihel acts as the voice of their father and says that marriage is a bad idea. Hey, wait a minute, you are Dianna. The irony of this statement is quite palpable. Lauren actually uses the VR helmet to properly scout the situation before rushing in. He heads to the medical camp where everyone is mad at him, claiming a mustached mobile doll attacked them. It seems that they are trying to cause a divide amongst the militia. The Suicide Squad heads out to attack the fake mustached mechanical doll. Lauren meets up with them and attacks Cancer. She says that the only reason there is a war is because of the existence of the white doll. She throws the fake mustache at the Gundam. Lauren shows himself, and Cancer and Muran wonder where Laura is. Really? We're still doing the Lauren thing? Okay. Sochi and Miyashe come in to back up the Gundam, and the two retreat for now. Dianna tells Lauren of the people that she left here a long time ago, and she once again blames all of this on herself. Lauren and Dianna dance, and the episode ends in one of those weird 90s Celtic songs. Nice. And that will do it for this episode. I thought we would see the ship move this episode, but we will have to wait till next time. In a future episode, Korin will fight once again. Kihel and Dianna will meet up, and the Dianna counter will stumble onto some nukes. But that'll do it for now, new types. Remember, this is the closest we'll probably get to a show about a Gundam doing random chores. Peace.